Have you ever noticed that what you believe can actually change what happens next? This strange idea is at the heart of George Soros's theory of reflexivity. Reflexivity sounds complicated, but the basic idea is surprisingly simple. Our beliefs influence our actions, and our actions can influence the reality around us. George Soros, the famous investor, used this idea to understand financial markets. But reflexivity is useful far beyond investing. Think of reflexivity as a loop. Belief influences action, action affects reality, and that new reality changes our beliefs. It begins with perception. Before something happens, we usually have an expectation about what will happen. For example, imagine you believe that something will become more successful in the future. That belief can influence the decisions you make today. And once you believe strongly enough, you may start behaving differently. You might take more risks, work harder, or encourage other people to act. Imagine investors believe a company's future looks extremely positive. They start buying its shares because they expect prices to rise. Their buying creates demand. The price rises, and suddenly their original belief appears to be correct. But now imagine the opposite. People become convinced that prices will fall, so they start selling. When many people act on the same fear, selling can push prices lower. Other people see the decline and become even more afraid. Now we have a feedback loop. Fear causes selling, selling causes falling prices, and falling prices create even more fear. This is why reflexivity is different from simply saying people are sometimes wrong. Their beliefs can actually become part of the situation they are trying to understand, and this happens in everyday life too. Imagine telling yourself, I'm not capable of learning this. If you believe that strongly, you may avoid practicing. But change the belief to, I can learn this, and your behavior can change. You start practicing. You make mistakes, receive feedback, and improve. Your new results then strengthen your belief that you really can improve. That creates a positive feedback loop. Belief encourages action. Action produces experience, and experience creates a stronger belief. Notice something important. The original belief didn't magically create success. It influenced behavior, and behavior helped create new results. This is one of the most useful lessons from reflexivity. We don't see reality perfectly. We interpret it through our beliefs, expectations, and experiences. So, when you're making an important decision, ask yourself 3 questions. What do I believe? What am I doing because of that belief? And what is actually happening? That third question is especially important. Don't just defend your belief. Look for evidence that could prove you wrong. Separate assumptions from evidence. An assumption is what you think will happen. Evidence is what is actually happening. Then watch the feedback loop. Your belief affects your action affects the result, and the result gives you information for your next belief. Once you understand this, mistakes become useful. Instead of saying, I failed, so I'm incapable, you can ask, what did this result teach me? That's the difference between reacting and reflecting. Reaction follows the first emotion. Reflection pauses and asks what the situation is really telling you. Before making a major decision, create a little space between your emotion and your action. That pause can prevent one belief from controlling everything. A simple process is, check your belief, take action, observe the result, and adjust. Then repeat the cycle. If you use that loop intentionally, reflexivity can become a tool for growth. Your beliefs guide your actions create experiences, and your experiences help you improve. You don't need to have perfect beliefs. You need beliefs that you're willing to test, question, and improve. That's the deeper lesson of reflexivity. Reality influences our thinking, but our thinking also influences what happens next. So don't just believe, observe, act, learn, and adjust. And that's all. Keep learning, keep questioning, and keep growing. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.